Good afternoon. My name is Don Michaels. I am the director of the University Honors Program. On behalf of the honors faculty, staff, and graduates, I would like to welcome you to our Spring 22 Honors Graduate Recognition Ceremony, which marks the 65th year of the University Honors Program. I love this time of year. I was just remarking to Mary Pedersen that this is a time when everyone is pretty much happy. I can't claim that for other times of the year. But today's ceremony is for our graduates. It's to celebrate the many accomplishments and take pride in this extraordinary graduating class. Before we get into the main part of the ceremony, I want to introduce members of the platform party, the Faculty Honors Council, and the honors faculty. I will ask each person to stand and remain standing as each group is recognized. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. Mary Pedersen, Provost and Executive Vice President. Dr. Kelly Long, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs. Emily Morgan, Assistant Director of the University Honors Program. Dr. Andrea Gomez, Guest Speaker. And Keelan Kenny, Student Speaker. Thank you. You may be seated. The Honors Faculty Council serves as the program's advisory board for courses and program of study. It consists of representatives from each of the 8 colleges and the university libraries. The members are, and please stand if you are here, Ben Clegg, Stuart Cottrell, Kevin Foskin, Jennifer Krafchek, Carmen Manoni, Carolyn Meyer, Bill Schuster, Jane Stewart, and Rob Sika. The heart and soul of the honors program are the faculty who teach the seminars in the honors curriculum. Their names are listed in the program. We have about 50 of them, so I'm not going to read all their names. Would all the honors faculty who are here please stand and let us recognize these talented, dedicated instructors. And the last group I'd like to recognize at this time are the thesis advisors. So all honors students complete a senior honors thesis. The student works closely with a faculty advisor, usually over 2 or more semesters. Our students would agree that their success is due largely to the dedication of faculty in mentoring our students. Would the honors thesis advisors please stand at this time and be recognized? Thank you. It is a distinct honor to introduce our guest speaker today, Dr. Andrea Gomez. Dr. Gomez is Assistant Professor of Neuroscience at UC Berkeley. Andrea is an alumna of the University Honors Program, graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Biological Science in 2006. Andrea grew up in New Mexico and came to CSU almost 20 years ago in the fall of 2002. I've known Andrea since 2003, when she joined my lab in biology as an undergraduate research assistant. If you don't know, I'm the principal investigator of the CSU Crab Lab, a unique distinction here in Colorado, where we study the hormonal control of growth and limb regeneration in crabs. We love crabs, and not just to eat. I honestly don't remember how she ended up in my lab. I hope she'll be able to tell you that. But that introduction to experimental science put her on the path for a career in biomedical research. It was obvious that Andrea loved research, and she was really good at it. After graduating from CSU, she earned a PhD in developmental genetics from New York University Langone Medical Center in 2014, followed by a distinguished postdoctoral fellowship in neuroscience at the University of Basel in Switzerland. Andrea joined the faculty of UC Berkeley in 2020, where she's an assistant professor in neuroscience. Please welcome Dr. Andrea Gomez to the podium.
Well, thank you, Don. I'm still having troubles not calling you Dr. Michaels. So it's really my great pleasure to have been invited to really honor the students. I want to direct all my attention over there, but I guess the camera's there so you can see that I'm talking to you over there. But indeed, it's been 16 years since I've been back here. I graduated in 2006, and when Dr. Michaels, Don, invited me to honor you beautiful human beings, the bright and thoughtful nerds of the class of 22, I accepted with gratitude because I too am a nerd. I was also an honors student, and I remember getting the honors program package in high school right before I decided to come to CSU. And so it's really my great privilege to be back here and honor you for your accomplishments and getting to this point. So my honors thesis was the ecdysis of the black-back land crab G. cursinus lateralis. Very proud of that. And it's really nice to kind of see how my studies, understanding phenotypic plasticity, as Dr. Michaels has described, the ability to change the way that we present, how this turned into understanding my current line of research is trying to understand the order and variability of the brain. So I am a neuroscientist. I'm also a psychedelic researcher. And I would like to share a bit about who I am. I promise not to bore you with my nostalgia about CSU. But I recall when I was sitting in your shoes, relieved to have finished my degree, probably polishing off the last bits of my thesis, ready to submit this week, but finishing the degree with honors. And the feeling that I remember the most was a mix of excitement, nervousness, and a bit of anxiety about what was about to come next after my degree. So I'd like to share a small vision of what it was like for me to step into the abyss of adulthood, as it may feel like some of you right now. So I'd also like to share how my time at CSU has shaped the rest of my life and my career. So you have spent these last years diligently, and if we're honest, perhaps not so diligently all the time, working to this moment. And I'll admit, I had been known to get rowdy at the CSU CU games, or even in Old Town on a weekend night. And I don't know where your spots were, but I would spend also many late nights in Morgan Library. But aside from the work hard, play hard mentality focus around school, I also experienced many beautiful things here. I used to live up at 711 LaPorte, and my neighbor was an ex-jockey, and I would ride with him and his horses up the foothills towards the Mish. And these experiences made such an impact on me that they played a critical role in decision-making points, which I'll speak on a little on later. Okay, so after I finished my degree at CSU, I went on to New York City, where I started to focus on the development of synapses, or the connections between neurons. And that led me into the field of synaptic plasticity, or maybe broadly speaking, how our brains can change, how the connections of our neurons can change, strengthen and weaken, and play these roles during memory during all our life. my move to Switzerland, this is actually where the bit about CSU kind of came in, is as after I interviewed, I was riding through the train through the Swiss Alps, and it gave a lot of nostalgia about what it was like for me to be at CSU. So I had a decision between Stanford and the University of Basel, and I chose the University of Basel because it reminded me so much of my time here. So a bit about my perspective as a previous CSU honors student. As you can tell, I'm a woman of color. I am both Native American and Chicana. I am coming from the Laguna Pueblo tribe. I'm also a queer woman of color. And of course, these things have played a critical role in shaping my experience during my studies. The identity or the lens from which I most identify with is simply just a nerd. And as a nerd, the reality is that no matter what your background is, that this journey you will face obstacles, be it technical, family-oriented, or personal, things that we cannot predict. But as I moved on to the next phase of my career and my life progression, I recognized that I brought myself, my background, and my values into that next stage of life. And those of you who are going on to med school, to vet school, maybe an MBA, grad school, or maybe starting your own family, the engagements that you had here at CSU, or the types of interactions, be it dealing with the person who didn't contribute to the group assignment, or moments when you were the person who couldn't contribute to the group assignment, or helped out your friend who needed to, had a little extra help during the particular difficult time. These relationships and these values that you developed independent of your parents, independent of your family, are really the solidifying values that you will carry on into your adulthood. So I can say that these type of interactions that I had here really profoundly affected the way that I continued on with my career. The kindness from really kind human beings like Dr. Michaels, Arlene Nedadog, who was the retention person, who was the SACNIS director at the time I was here. I had a whole group of people invested in me, in part through the honors program, in part through my peers, who helped me create the sustainability to get me through particularly hard times, or maybe also to celebrate wonderful times. So now that I've come back to Fort Collins after 16 years, of course, many things have changed since I set foot on campus 20 years ago. The campus is still beautiful and sunny, and indeed, so much has changed on the south side that I don't recognize. I actually had to ask Dr. Michaels if the pooter was still here. But I think the essence that I kind of still recognize and am very familiar with is the sense of community here that is a mark of investment by the people who are really invested in the success of the students, especially the honors program. And just to, and one other thing I was really looking forward to, and I hope that some of you can make a recommendation. One thing that was not like Colorado when I was in Switzerland, which I thought would be, the beer was not so great. So I am now coming here, and if you can all make recommendations for me, I'd be very happy to try out those recommendations. So just to wrap up, I'd like to talk a bit about the honors designation. Yes, it is a valuable distinction. It looks good on your resume. It looks good on your CV. You get to proudly wear the golden regalia as you walk down the larger graduate ceremonies and distinguish from your peers. But what the regalia or this honors distinction really doesn't explicitly say, however, which I believe is truly far more important, which is your individual stories of resilience. The honors distinction was truly earned. It's not a distinction by scraping by. It is a mark of excellence. And you achieved this excellence during a global pandemic. And to me, that is a mark of exceptional resilience. So I hope that you are now feeling a little relieved that all of this is over and you're stepping into your new lives. And I hope that you can see what a potential picture of life after CSU could look like. And also thank you all for the parents and family that have given a lot of support to these young, bright minds. Thank you.
Stay here because I have a pop theater.
Thank you, Andrea. It is really an honor to have you here with us on this special day. And on behalf of the honors faculty, staff, and students, I would like to present you with this plaque recognizing you as our guest speaker at this year's ceremony.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Is that okay? One more. Like many of you in this hall, I am a very proud mentor of Andrea Gomez. So I know what you're sharing this special day and this weekend. Our student speaker today is Keelan Kenny. Keelan is graduating with majors in biomedical sciences and environmental health with a minor in Spanish. She was very much involved and engaged in the honors program. She served as an honors peer mentor in our recitation sections for first semester students. She was also a resident assistant in the honors residential learning community. And this spring, we're excited to share, she received a prestigious Fulbright scholarship from the State Department to study infectious diseases in the master's program at the Royal Veterinary College in London in the fall. So we're excited for her. Please welcome Keelan to the podium.
Thank you for that welcome, Dr. Michaels, and thank you all for being here. So I'm just going to give you all a little speech about what I have learned during my time here at CSU and what I hope that we can take forward with us. So hello and welcome to all the lovely people in this room. My name is Keelan, and I use the she, her, and hers pronouns. I am so grateful to be here in person with you all to celebrate the honors graduating class of 2022. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. I stand before you today as a completely different person than the anxious first-year student who moved into the honors dorm 5 years ago. Sometimes I'm still anxious, and guess what? I still live in the dorms, but now it's as a resident assistant. But the growth over these past few years is what makes me different. This is what I want to talk to you all about today, our shared journey and transformation and how it has prepared us for the future. Most of us started off as first-year students in the honors recitation class. I remember meeting my fellow honors peers and sharing anxiety about doing well on general chemistry tests and making friends. Looking back, I wish I could tell my younger self that a B on one chemistry exam was not the end of the world, and that I would be sharing this ceremony with one of my very best friends. We have grown in these ways. We have learned that success is not defined by one exam or one assignment or one friendship. We have learned that also as others share the desire to form meaningful friendships. I encourage you all to take these lessons with you. We have learned the importance of We learned the importance of leadership rooted in wanting to understand the needs of others. I first experienced this with our recitation leaders when I saw how much our fellow honors students cared about us and making our transition into college as smooth as possible. I experienced this again through honors seminars, when my professors gave us personalized care and wanted to know us not just as students, but as people. These types of leadership, this was modeled to me, inspired me to serve as a peer mentor and as an RA. Can all the peer mentors in this room please raise your hand? I want to thank you all for serving your students. Can all the other RAs in this room please raise your hand? Thank you for serving your residents. And to all of you, thank you for taking care of yourselves and each other. CSU and the Honors Program has showed us the importance of this type of personalized care. Let us carry that forward. We have learned that life and our journey through it is not linear. I came to CSU dead set on graduating in 4 years and enrolling in CSU's veterinary medicine program and becoming an equine sports medicine vet. 5 years later, I am graduating and going abroad to study public health. Some of us stuck to our original dreams. However, I do believe that we've all experienced bumps and detours in the road that ultimately brought us here today. Maybe that was a change in major, a change in passion, a change in job, or a change in friend group. Either way, we have learned how to better navigate unanticipated change. Moving forward, we will continue to face detours on this journey. Let us remind ourselves to embrace instead of brace against change. Finally, we have learned that success does not always fit into a traditional definition. When I came to CSU, I believed success was a good GPA, and I believe that a lot of us shared in that definition. I have come to learn that success is so much more than this. I have learned that forming sustainable friendships and connections with my professors is a success, that making someone's day better is a success, that taking care of ourselves is a success. Of course, I still place a lot of value on my academic and job-related endeavors, but I feel that I have found greater balance in my definition of success. I wish all of us balance in our successes moving forward. These are only a few of the things that we have learned during our undergraduate career. I encourage you all, after the chaos of graduation has faded, to continue to reflect on what you have learned. Because as one proverb noted, learning is a treasure that will follow us and its owner everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Keelan. Now I would like to invite Kelly Long, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs, to the podium.
I just want to take a minute to recognize how wonderful it is to look out at this assembled group of individuals gathered to congratulate this group of students for their commencement, forthcoming for some of them, and their receipt of the honors distinction. This is truly wonderful. I am, in addition to being the vice provost, a historian with tenure in the history department. So I thought it would be a good time to turn on the history lecture, so sit back and get your notepads out. A little bit of background on the history of the honors program at Colorado State University. In 1957, a really good year, Willard O. Eddy initiated the first honors program on this campus. We have a building that bears his name in commemoration today. It is slightly west of that rather odd-looking Clark building as you head out the door. In 1957, Dr. Eddy had the idea that sitting together with a group of students and having meaningful conversations around text and challenges was a really good idea. That model continues to this day as we pronounce an honors program that engages students in rigorous study and small seminar discussion. When Dr. Eddy started the program, he had 15 students. Today, there are over 1,800 students enrolled in the university honors program. The integrated honors program consists of 111 interdisciplinary degrees taught by 48 honors faculty. That's remarkable growth. In 1967, 10 years after its initiation, or 57 if I could read under these lights, there were 7 women in the honors class. Women now comprise 73% of the honors class. As in the past, high standards and the ability to persist and show resilience are qualities that are nurtured and cultivated and needed by honors students. And one reflection of that is that admission to the honors program requires a grade point average of 3.5, and the receipt of the university honors distinction means that those students have also achieved this 3.5 GPA. That's significant. Students will continue to engage in this process of discovery under the mentorship of leading scholars on this campus as we move forward from this year and this graduating group. Before we award the medallions, I want to recognize the achievements not of the 1957 cohort, but rather of this group of Spring 22 honors graduates. Although there are 296 honors graduates, constituting 7% of the total spring graduation and summer at CSU, these students have earned 28% of the university Latin honors distinctions on this campus. You can applaud if you want. I'm not a mathematician, I have to read this part. 38% of the 90 summa cum laude distinctions will go to honor students. 27% of the magna cum laude distinction will go to honor students, and 25% of the cum laude distinction will go to honor students. 48 students in this class have double majors. 150 students have completed at least one minor. The graduating class has an average cumulative grade point average of 3.75. Our graduating students have served as honors peer mentors, as Andrea and Keelan noticed, as residence assistants, as admissions ambassadors, as RAM orientation leaders, honors ambassadors, learning assistants helping other students learn through formalized programs of peer academic mentoring, and they have served in various ways as student leaders on this campus. They have participated in study abroad opportunities at 7 times the rate of non-honors students. I want to take a minute to just say much of that is due to the leadership in honors and the fine mentorship that has been exacted toward them. So Don, thank you for what you've done for these students, this class and others. Students, way over there. I know you're there because I stood and looked at you for a while before this began. May I take this opportunity to wish you well and to say that we know you are headed on to great opportunities in professional and graduate school and life choices and careers, and all of us at Colorado State University wish you the very best in your rich futures. It's now my privilege and my pleasure to introduce the Provost of Colorado State University, Dr. Mary Pedersen.
Thank you, Dr. Long. So it is really my privilege to be here today with this distinguished group of students and family friends that are here with us. Today we are recognizing the amazing accomplishments and the significant additional work that each of you students have invested to make your educational journey as rich and exemplary as possible. We recognize the additional coursework with the high level of challenge, individually guided research projects with our amazing faculty, some of over here to my right, that have led the thesis, engagement opportunities that you've undertaken to enrich your learning, distinguish yourselves, and contribute to the betterment of others at this institution. Thank you so much for enriching your undergraduate experience in this amazing way. This is a waypoint on your journey. Just as you have collaborated with faculty and classmates, you will continue as graduates to work once you graduate with others to find solutions to our complex challenges facing our world today, our nation, and our local communities. As you continue on your pathways as lifelong learners, remember to continue exploring, trying new things, seizing the opportunity for adventure, and showing kindness to others. And don't forget to have fun along the way. So at this time, I would like to ask the spring 2022 honors graduates to please stand. So please remain standing. So as Provost and Executive Vice President, I confer on you the University Honors Scholar designation. Congratulations. You may please be seated now.
Now, for the moment we have been waiting for, the awarding of the honors medallion. Students will receive their medallions at this ceremony, and they will wear these medallions at their college commencements this weekend. Emily Morgan will announce the name and major of the graduates. As they come to the podium here, they'll cross the stage, receive their medallion, and then exit. To my right, the program lists the academic distinctions, thesis title, and faculty advisor of each student, so please refer to that. The students will wear the honors green regalia at the college commencements, along with the medallions, the honors stole. As I tell our students, you get a lot of bling for graduation. The green regalia will distinguish your graduates at the college commencements. They'll be easy to spot. So Emily, would you come up and we need to give some last-minute instructions to the students so we don't have chaos up here. And then we'll proceed with the awards of the medallions.
All right, so no chaos, right? So students, you're going to line up to my left and enter the platform as I call your name, and hopefully say it correctly. Dr. Michaels will place the medallion around your neck. You will be congratulated by Provost Pedersen, Vice Provost Kelly Long, Dr. Gomez, and then you'll descend the platform off to the right and be congratulated by the honors faculty and your thesis advisor. Then please proceed to the back of the hall, maybe grab a cookie or a brownie on your way, and return to your seat. All right, so no chaos, right? All right, we have a few business administration majors who have another ceremony to attend in about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna begin with them so that we have ample time to get them to where they need to go. So Charles Cox, business administration major. Nope, Charles has already left. So how about then if we begin with Jack Hermanson, applied computing technology major with computing technology concentration and business administration major with information systems concentration and Spanish minor. Benjamin Woosley, business administration major with finance and financial planning concentrations. Bryn Adams, political science major with U.S. government, law, and policy concentration and legal studies minor. Emma Adams, environmental engineering major. Tyler Adams, psychology major with clinical counseling psychology concentration. Sydney Alderfer, biomedical engineering with chemical engineering major and leadership studies major. Shadeja Altamirano, biomedical sciences major and zoology minor. Taylor Baptiste, theater major with performance concentration and business administration minor. Becky Barber, fish, wildlife, and conservation biology with wildlife biology concentration and ecological restoration minor. Katie Barker, ecosystem science and sustainability major and soil science minor. There we go. Ethan Barron, biomedical engineering with mechanical engineering major. Anna Bautista, zoology major and anthropology minor. Benjamin Bouvet, electrical engineering major with electrical engineering concentration. Jordan Becker, biomedical sciences major. Ryson Byrne, political science major with criminology, criminal justice minor. Cooper Bissett, geography major. Melanie Blake, mechanical engineering major. Matthew Bomar, health and exercise science major with health promotion concentration and biomedical sciences minor. Sarah Bavard, interior architecture and design major and global environmental sustainability minor. Alexandra Bauer, biomedical sciences major. Kate Boyd, chemical and biological engineering major and Spanish and environmental engineering minors. Rachel Brady, biomedical sciences major. Grace Branagh, animal science major and agricultural business minor. No. Grace maybe didn't quite make it. Sorry. So this must be Cassandra Brandriff, who was a music major with music education concentration. Gabrielle Brown, biomedical sciences major and Spanish minor. Lauren Brown, biomedical sciences major and creative writing minor. Megan Brown, psychology major with clinical counseling psychology concentration. Adam Burke, forest and rangeland stewardship major with forest fire science concentration. Sienna Burrows, psychology major with clinical counseling psychology concentration and Spanish concentration. Benjamin Byers, physics major with applied physics concentration and geology major with geophysics concentration. Aaron Campbell, biochemistry major with health and medical sciences concentration and biomedical sciences minor. Hope Carlson, civil engineering major. Anna Castro, health and exercise science major with sports medicine concentration and Spanish minor. Madison Chudzik, fish, wildlife, and conservation biology with wildlife biology concentration. Kevin Clausen, animal science major and biomedical sciences major with microbiology and infectious disease concentration and mathematics minor. Miranda Cauldron, neuroscience major with behavioral and cognitive neuroscience concentration and languages, literatures, and cultures major with Spanish concentration. Madeline Collins, environmental engineering major. Katie Colson, human dimensions and natural resources major. Kamaya Corinaldi, microbiology major and chemistry minor. Colin Crawford, art major with graphic design concentration and information science and technology minor. Ethan Krieger, data science major with computer science concentration. Peyton Daly, political science major and languages, literatures, and cultures major with French concentration and Russian studies and Spanish minors. Natasha Daney, ecosystem science and sustainability major and environmental affairs and sustainable energy minors. Jana De Bruyner, biochemistry major with general biochemistry concentration and molecular biology minor. Leslie DeLay, biomedical engineering with mechanical engineering major. Jack Durbick, civil engineering major. Charlie Dillon, art major with graphic design and painting concentrations and creative writing minor. Jenna Ditzel, natural resources management and business administration minor. Macy Dodd, statistics major, economics major, and mathematics minor. Preston Dunton, computer science major with artificial intelligence and machine learning concentration and mathematics and statistics minors. Brady Durham, civil engineering major and construction management minor. Gracie Eaton, microbiology major and biomedical sciences minor. Alette Eldari, chemical and biological engineering major and biomedical sciences and biomedical engineering minors. Shihab El-Haddad, chemical and biological engineering major. Must not have made it, but still applaud, absolutely. Emma Inubo, ecosystem science and sustainability major with rangeland and forest management concentration and forest and rangeland stewardship major. Jessica Fagan, restoration ecology major and geospatial information science for natural resources minor. Karina Farho, political science major with environmental politics and policy concentration and international studies major with Middle East and North African studies concentration. Aspen Flores, journalism and media communications major and Spanish minor. Paige Fortunati, microbiology major and chemistry minor. Christopher Fugue, electrical engineering major with electrical engineering concentration and computer science minor. Matthew Funk, biochemistry major with general biochemistry concentration and creative writing and computer science minors. Fitzpatrick. Natalie Fitzpatrick, ecosystem science and sustainability major. Heidi Gilbert, mathematics major with general mathematics concentration. She must not have been able to make it. Schlock Gondolia, computer science major with computer science concentration and mathematics minor, and also a hero to the honors staff. Marisa Granados, ecosystem science and sustainability major and botany minor. Cabe Green, health and exercise science with sports medicine concentration. Ethan Green, chemical and biological engineering major and Spanish minor. Leora Green, psychology major with general psychology concentration and Political Science and American Sign Language minors. Krista Grossman, Civil Engineering major. Cameron Genther, Biochemistry major with Health and Medical Sciences concentration and Molecular Biology and Chemistry minors. Alice Google, Biomedical Sciences major and French minor. Sophia Google, Biomedical Sciences major and French minor. Ryan Goudis, Computer Engineering major and Computer Science minor. Elena Haas, Fish, Wildlife, and Conservation Biology major with Conservation Biology concentration. Autumn Haas, History major with Digital and Public History concentration and Religious Studies minor and Museum and Cultural Heritage Studies certificate. Greer Hagerman, Journalism and Media Communications major and Sports Management minor. Sevi Harden, Health and Exercise Science with Sports Medicine concentration. Gregory Hassler, Ecosystem Science and Sustainability major with a Spanish minor. Hannah Hathaway, Natural Resources Management and Ecological Restoration minor and Youth Mentoring with Campus Connect certificate. Taylor Heap, Biomedical Sciences major. Luisana Hernandez Jeppesen, Microbiology major, Zoology major, and Chemistry minor. Colin Hill, Chemical and Biological Engineering major and Mathematics minor. Liam Hodson, Anthropology major with Archaeology concentration. Alexandra Hunter, Business Administration major with Finance concentration and Entrepreneurship certificate. Clearly was a business major who needed to run to the business ceremony. So, that's right. Anna Urpino, Landscape Architecture major and Global Environmental Sustainability minor. Cheyenne Izon, Biomedical Sciences major and Chemistry and Leadership Studies minors. Cade Jackson, Fish, Wildlife, and Conservation Biology major with Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences concentration. Rachel Jackson, Fish, Wildlife, and Conservation Biology major with Wildlife Biology concentration and Botany minor. Olivia Johnson, Human Development and Family Studies with Pre-Health Professions concentration and American Sign Language minor. Casey Johnston, Environmental Engineering major. Gabby Jones, International Studies major with Middle East and North African Studies concentration. Sociology major with General Sociology concentration and Legal Studies and Arabic Studies minors. Thomas Joy, Zoology major. Swati Jujare, Biomedical Sciences major and Chemistry minor. Sydney Kelly, Chemistry major with ACS concentration and Mathematics and Biomedical Sciences minors. Keelan Kenny, Biomedical Sciences major, Environmental Health major, Spanish minor, and Spanish for Animal Healthcare certificate. Adam Keel, Data Science major with Statistics concentration and Mathematics minor. Julia King, Neuroscience major with Behavioral and Cognitive Neuroscience concentration and Chemistry minor. Kimberly King, Biomedical Engineering with Mechanical Engineering majors. William Kleisner, Political Science major and Legal Studies minor. Gwyneth Knott, Biochemistry major with ASBMB concentration and Chemistry minor. Amber Koch, Chemical and Biological Engineering major. Allison Kaderka, Animal Science major and Agricultural Business minor. Wyatt Cooper, Biomedical Sciences major. Elizabeth Lacey, Civil Engineering major. Mackenzie Larinaga, Political Science major with Global Politics and Policy concentration and Spanish and Legal Studies minors. Allie Lawler, Ecosystem Science and Sustainability major and Environmental Affairs minor. Andre Leota, mathematics major with general mathematics concentration and computer science major with artificial intelligence and machine learning concentration. Katrina Leiby, journalism and media communications major with U.S. government, law, and policy and political science majors. Devin Lyamcool, chemistry major with ACS concentration and global environmental sustainability minor. Daniela Leopardi, biological science major with biological science concentration.
Last name Lee, L-E-E.
Eliana Lee, English major with English education concentration. Natalie Liberati, zoology major and fish, wildlife, and conservation biology major with wildlife biology concentration and Spanish minor. Jared Licht, civil engineering major. Carmen Leitheiser, economics major and merchandising minor. Aaron Lum, civil engineering major. Haley Ma, chemical and biological engineering major. Scott McLean, chemical and biological engineering major and biomedical engineering minor. Jesus Madrigal Garcia, political science major, history major with general history concentration and legal studies minor. Jalen Mandley, neuroscience major with cell and molecular neuroscience concentration. Alyssa Martinez, biomedical sciences major. Makaya Mason Jones, chemistry major with ACS certification. Isabella Mastroianni, biochemistry major with ASBMB concentration and Spanish and chemistry minors. Tiara Matthews was not able to make it. All right. But this is Sophie Matthews, human development and family studies with early childhood professions concentration and Spanish minor. Audrey Mayer, sociology major with criminology and criminal justice concentrations and legal studies minor. Milo Mayer, biological science major with biological science concentration and leadership studies minor. Madison Mayle, communication studies major and media studies minor. Krista McAllister, communication studies major and music, stage, and sports production minor. Kate McKnight, neuroscience major with cell and molecular neuroscience concentrations. Kenna Meyer, biological science major with biological science concentration. Amy Meredith, communication studies major and global environmental sustainability minor. Gunnar McEntee, history major with social studies teaching concentration. Natalie Montesino, international studies with Asian studies concentration and political science, French, Japanese, and international development minors. Jalen Montgomery, biomedical sciences major. Jenna Moore, music major with performance concentration and arts leadership and administration minors. Scott Morgan, chemical and biological engineering major. Laura Moritz, communication studies major and leadership studies minor. Emily Morton, fish, wildlife, and conservation biology major with conservation biology concentration and music major with performance concentration and zoology minor. Courtney Morchinsky. Courtney, social work, major, and gerontology and statistics minors. Alexis Murillo, psychology major with clinical counseling psychology concentration. JC Murphy, zoology major and equine science major. Jess Nelson, biomedical sciences major. Corinne Neustatter, political science major with environmental politics and policy concentration and history major with digital and public history concentrations. Kate Nielsen, biological science major with biological science concentration. Shelby Norris, interior architecture and design major. Shelby Oak, biomedical engineering with mechanical engineering major. Jason Oakey, biomedical sciences major and animal science major and agricultural business minor. Alyssa Padilla, biomedical sciences major. Rhiannon Pulon, communication studies major and business administration minor. Jason Pang, electrical engineering major with electrical engineering concentration and real estate minor. Charlotte Wren Pardo, liberal arts major and history and legal studies minors. Ayaka Paul, fish, wildlife, and conservation biology major with conservation biology concentration and biological science major with biological science concentration. Emma Perel, biological science major with biological science concentration and chemistry minor. John Perry, history major with general history concentration and political science major with environmental politics and policy concentration and environmental affairs and mathematics minors. Lisa Pitch, psychology major with general psychology concentration and equine science major and business administration minor. Dustin Picorni, journalism and media communications major and legal studies and sports management minors. Emily Potter? That's not right. All right, how about if we do Jacob Powell? Biomedical sciences major. Noah Probst, mechanical engineering with aerospace engineering concentration and mathematics minor. Matthew Raish, chemical and biological engineering and chemistry and mathematics minors. Raj Rambajan, environmental horticulture major with landscape design and contracting concentration. Kyle Randall, theater major with performance concentration. Caitlin Reed, neuroscience major, behavioral and cognitive neuroscience concentrations. Abigail Richard, neuroscience major, behavioral and cognitive neuroscience concentration, and chemistry minor. Joseph Riva, computer science major with artificial intelligence and machine learning concentration, and mathematics minor. Jessica Roberts, neuroscience major with cell and molecular biology neuroscience concentration, and Spanish minor. Benton Rosler, chemistry major with non-ACS concentration and ethnic studies and global and environmental studies minor. Joshua Rogers, computer science major with computer science concentration and statistics major. Sydney Ruiz, environmental health major. Sierra Rubal, biomedical sciences major and chemistry minor. Brandon Sandoval, horticulture major with horticulture science concentration. Elizabeth Chaving, psychology major with general psychology concentration. Adrian Schisler, chemical and biological engineering major. Avery Schneider, zoology major and English minor. Nicholas Schneider, computer science major with computer science concentration. Anna Schwabe, equine science major. Casey Shaw, biological science major with biological science concentration and conservation biology minor. Catherine Sheridan, mechanical engineering major and global environmental sustainability minor. Jessica Sherwood, biomedical sciences major. Grace Silicato, equine science major. Kaylee Smith, biological science major with biological science concentration. Cambry Smith, biomedical sciences major. Ryan Snell, fish, wildlife, and conservation biology with wildlife biology and fisheries and aquatic sciences concentrations, and a Spanish minor. Turner Solheim, biomedical engineering with mechanical engineering major and business administration minor and entrepreneurship certificate. Jamie Stanton, human development and family studies with pre-health professions concentration. Jenna Stubers, mechanical engineering major. Sean Sun, ecosystem science and sustainability major. Amber Taylor, biological science major with biological science concentration. Abigail Thomas, English major with creative writing concentration and ethnic studies minor. Lauren Thomas, biological science major with biological science concentration and chemistry minor. Marshall Thomas, microbiology major and environmental health major. David Thormodsgaard, civil engineering major. Brooke Toothaker, anthropology major with archaeology concentration and sociology major with criminology and criminal justice concentrations. Alyssa Ewell, environmental health major and Spanish and global environmental sustainability minors. Caroline Vacant, English major with writing, rhetoric, and literacy concentration. Ananya Vajapaya Jula, chemical and biological engineering major and biomedical engineering minor. Gunnar Wagner, ecosystem science and sustainability major and geospatial information science for natural resources minor. Owen Wall, biomedical engineering with mechanical engineering major. Peter Walsh, computer engineering major. Buzz Walter, physics major with physics concentration, mathematics major with general mathematics concentration, and machine learning minor. Nope. Julia Webb, fish, wildlife, and conservation biology with wildlife biology concentration. Melody Weber, biological science major with biological science concentration. Caitlin Williams, chemical and biological engineering major. Madeline Wilson, restoration ecology major. Aria Witt, biomedical sciences major and chemistry minor. Connor Witt, chemical and biological engineering major and chemistry minor. Tatiana Wolf, biological science major with biological science concentration and business administration minor. Emily Reed, biomedical sciences major. Abigail Wright, civil engineering major. Kiyoshi Yamamoto, electrical engineering major with lasers and optical engineering and mathematics, computer science, and physics minors. Karen Yang, biological science major with biological science concentration. Margaret Yates, biochemistry major with ASBMB concentration and chemistry minor. Sophie Zook, biomedical sciences major with chemistry minor. And last but not least, Corinne Zylstra, zoology major and anthropology minor. Congratulations, honors students.
Please sit.
This is the largest graduating class in the history of the honors program. So thank you for your patience, but we think this is a very important part of recognizing their achievements here. So, yeah. And it was nice to see the faces of the graduates who were in my fall 21 junior seminar. I saw their faces for the first time because we were masked. So it was fun. And also 2 of my students in my lab graduated. So they're the future Andrea Gomez's. They might come back 16 years from now and address this audience. But I'm partial. Now, I beg your forgiveness for just a little more and your patience, because I do want to recognize 2 very important awards that we give to our faculty and advisors. And this is the Honors Prof and the Honors Advisor of the Year. And these are awards that are from the students. Well, the money doesn't come from the students, but they select the award winners. And so this is one of the few awards that the students nominate candidates, and the Honor Student Association officers select the the winner of these awards. So this is the 48th year that we've made this awards. These are wonderful teachers that are in the honors that will be recognized as Honors Prof of the Year. Just to indicate just how great our instructors are, students nominated 18 of our faculty for this award. 18. These are all wonderful instructors. I do want to call their names before I announce the winner of the award, because I think they all deserve the recognition and acknowledgement from this ceremony. So if you are here, please stand and remain standing until all the names are called. Randall Boone, Joseph Brown, Tom Kavanaugh, Ashley Davies, Joanna Doxey, Anders Fremstad, Leah Holtz, Keith Jaggers, Jen Krafchick, Carmen Lopez Ramirez, Anne-Marie Merlin, Dan Obluda, Ann Scott, Douglas Shefflin, Pamela Von Knaus, Nicole Vieira, Tony Zimmerman, and Sarah Swick Tapley. Please recognize these individuals. Thank you. As you might imagine, selecting the winner of this award was extremely difficult. I don't envy our officers in making these selections, but I do want to announce that the HSA selected Dan Obluda as this year's recipient of the Honors Prof of the Year Award. Dan, please come forward. Please stand here while I embarrass you.
Thank you. I expect nothing less.
It is really impressive when you hear the recommendations from his students. So Dan is instructor in the music, theater, and dance, and he only started teaching for us this last fall, right?
This spring, actually.
This spring.
But I put in classes and stuff.
Right, sorry, this spring. So this is from, and of course he's going to be teaching for us more next year, but already he has made an impressive impact on the students who nominated him for this prestigious award. His first year and senior seminars explore music, film, and other forms of media on culture and society. A nominator writes, Dr. Obluda is a professor who truly strives to create a fun and inclusive environment. He cultivates innovative ideas and can speak to a number of backgrounds. He is a true embodiment of the principles of community at CHU and brings a warm encouragement to every class. Another student writes, Dr. Obluda is by far one of my favorite honors professors. He is always available to help and answer any questions that I have. His energy and passion for music, film, and other types of media makes the content so much more fun and interesting. Dr. Obluda is always encouraging us to share our ideas. I feel that this class is the definition of what an honors seminar should be. All our classes are purely discussion-based with an emphasis on students leading the conversation. And lastly, a third student writes, Dr. Obluda's teaching style really brings in students. He has so much energy that it's contagious. Every time that I'm in class, I'm excited to learn and gain a new perspective. The discussions that we have in class about the material always makes me think a little bit harder and try to see things from a different perspective. He also makes a conscious effort to make sure that everyone feels heard and valued. Dan, I could say more, but you get the picture. Dr. Obluda will receive a $1,000 check and will present the Honors Prof lecture in the fall. So we'll bring you back in the fall and you'll be able to address next year's incoming class. Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you.
Okay. The Honors Advisor of the Year recognizes outstanding thesis or academic advising in the honors program, and candidates are also nominated by honors students and the Honors Student Association. The winner receives a $500 check and a plaque. There were 3 nominees for this award this year. I would like to ask them to stand and turn toward the audience as I call your name. Please remain standing, and I'll ask the audience to hold the applause until you all have been introduced. Siobhan Costin of the University Honors Program. Siobhan? Oh, she's in the back there waving. Jimmy Hicks from Business. He's here. And Pamela von Knaus from Honors. Again, excellent advising from these 3 individuals, and to be nominated by their students is a true honor. I do want to recognize that the winner selected this year for Advisor of the Year is Pamela von Knaus, if she is here. Okay. Unfortunately, she is not here, so I will really want to speak to her and her nomination and why she deserves this award. In her nomination, these words describe Dr. von Knaus as a thesis advisor: compassionate, transformative, one-of-a-kind, caring, fun, and intelligent. So I do want to just read a little bit from one of her nominators. Dr. Knaus has been instrumental during my experience with both the Honors Program and Colorado State University. She is truly a one-of-a-kind professor who consistently demonstrated her compassion and depth of her knowledge as she guided me in my honors thesis topic. She was a transformative force for improving my writing and public speaking abilities and in character development. Her constructive support has led me to receiving multiple awards for conference presentations, recognition for my writing at the university and national level, and eventually a graduate school acceptance. She has made me a more confident student and a more prepared future clinician, through her years of dedicated experience. She adds the rigor, depth, and mentorship that an honors program provides. She makes the honors program great and is without a professor who deserves this distinction. So we'll make sure that she gets this award next week. Okay. As I said, this is really a special ceremony. As I said, this is the largest graduating class in the history of the honors program. Over 300 students are graduating in the spring and summer, and many are here today. So congratulations, graduates. And I do want to speak to you right now. You have shown great resolve and resilience in the pursuit of your education. Your future prospects are boundless. We wish you success as you face the challenges that lie ahead. Although the challenges are formidable, the years ahead offer unparalleled opportunities for creating a just and sustainable future for humankind. It is our hope that the honors program has helped you become better people, and that it has equipped you with the skills for a productive, meaningful, and happy life. In closing, there are several people here who have contributed to this program, and I'd like to mention them again. I wish to thank again the honors program staff for organizing the ceremony: Emily Morgan, Melanie Nichols, Siobhan Costin, Lori Williams, and Kimberly Ross. And once again, thank you, Andrea Gomez and Keelan Kenny, for speaking today. And I want to give special recognition to Kelly Long. Kelly, would you come up to the podium, please? Kelly is retiring this year after serving CSU as faculty member in history, associate dean in the College of Liberal Arts, and since 2016 as vice provost for undergraduate affairs. Kelly has been actively engaged in the honors program for many years. She taught an honors seminar for us. She served on the Faculty Honors Council, and as vice provost, she guided and supported the expansion and growth of the honors program into, I think, the premier undergraduate academic program at CSU. Please accept this gift from the honors faculty and staff in appreciation for all you have done for the honors program. Now, I want you to open that. Let's see what, I have to tell a story about this.
Big book of answers, honors, that's great.
So you have to turn around and show the audience.
It's the big book of answers, and across this it says honors.
So I want to, yes, I thought this was a very fitting parting gift and to recognize Kelly's many contributions to CSU and the honors program. Kimberly Ross and our staff does this. It's really pretty amazing. So to do this, you have to have the number of pages, right? You have to have a certain number of pages to put this all together. And I think it was great. The title is so fitting for the honors program, the big book of answers. I wouldn't imagine, anything else that would be great. But I do want to personally thank Kelly for all you've done, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And finally, we are getting to the end. Graduates, there is one more group to thank, and that is your biggest fans. I want all our graduates to stand, turn to your family and friends, and recognize their support for you. Thank you, graduates. You can be seated. Well, that's it. Our ceremony is concluded. Please join us in the back. We have refreshments, and really enjoy the rest of this day. And graduates, I'll probably see many of you at the commencements this weekend, but enjoy the weekend.